Hey guys, welcome to another video of Afonso's phone collection. I have 142 devices but only 141 shown here, being because um, I'm recording on one of them, which is the Huawei P30 Lite 2019. I think you all know about that phone already. But anyway, if the model ranged like my previous phone collection video was like my first ones. Anyway, let's begin. For the first, here is this tiny telephone. Well, it looks so tiny. Next phone, here's this Motorola Flare. Well, nothing to say about it. This one's untested. Next, here's this Movicom G145, the never released phone. Well, this one's untested. Here's an Ericsson GA628. This one's untested. By the way, all these phones here, except this one, are untested. By the way, oh yeah, these here are untested. Here's two of these Bosch GSM 509s. Here's an Alcatel One Touch Easy. Here's two Alcatel One Touch Max. Here's an Alcatel HC800. This one doesn't work. Here is Hydrogen Global Handy. This one's untested. Here's the Siemens C65. This one works. I don't think it has batteries in it, so yeah, it doesn't. Here's a Nokia 5110. This one works, but doesn't have a battery in it. By the way, these three phones here are untested. Here's a Telit GM240B. Here's a Telit GM711. Here's an Alcatel One Touch Easy DB. Here's a Fujitsu phone. This one doesn't work. Here's this house phone from Vodafone. Yeah, it looks pretty newer, but I put this one on the brick phones since, well, it just looks like a brick. This one works actually. Here's a Nokia 3210. This one doesn't work. I think I already showed this one, but I'm doing it again. This is my Nokia 3210. This one doesn't work. Here's two of these Nokia 3310s. This one's the only one that works. This one doesn't have a battery. This one doesn't work. Here's two Nokia 3410s. This one works, but this one here has a battery and SIM card in it. I unlocked these two here. Here's the Nokia 3330. This one's unlocked. By the way, this one's unlocked. These two are on Optimus. This one is a non-US version. This is a non-European version. This one's literally Vodafone. No carrier. TMN. No carrier. Unlocked. No carrier. These three have no carriers. TMN. No carriers for these three. No carrier for this one. No for this one either. This one's on Telcel. Here's a Nokia 3650. This one's unlocked. Here's three Nokia 1100s from different carriers. This one's here is on I don't know the carrier actually. This one's on TMN and this one's on Telcel. All three work. They don't have batteries in it. Here's a Nokia 8310. This one's unlocked. This one works but doesn't have a battery in it. Here's a Nokia 3100. This one also works but doesn't have a battery in it and just needs a power button. Here's a Nokia 6610i on Vodafone. I'm doing this off screen. Okay, there. Let's plug this one in. Here's the Motorola C350, also on Vodafone. This one doesn't work. Here's the Motorola C139. This one is untested. Don't know the carrier. Here's an LG L3100. Well, this one's unlocked. It works, but it doesn't have a battery in it. And I will only put the battery back in case I need, or if I get the charger for it. Here's the Sharp GX 17 on Vodafone. This one's untested. Here's this iconic Siemens C65. Iconic from the collection. This one's untested. Don't know the carrier. Let's just turn on the 6610 on. Here's a Nokia 6020 on Tiamen. This one doesn't have a battery in it. Here's a Nokia 6080 also on Tiamen. This one doesn't have a battery either. Here's a Nokia 7360. This one's unlocked. This one doesn't have a battery. Here's a Sony Ericsson Quickshare. The battery, well, it's preloaded. I don't know where I left it. I think I got rid of the battery. Yeah, I got rid of the battery. And as a result, when I get a charger, I cannot show this one working. Here's a Samsung SGH C140 on Tiamen. By the way, these three are on Tiamen. This one doesn't have a battery in it. Here's the Samsung SGH C180, I mean. This one's dead and hasn't got a charge in days actually. Here's the Nokia 1600. These three are on Tiamen. Here's the Nokia 1200. That one's unlocked. This one doesn't have a battery in it, but it works. This is my Sony Ericsson J129. The battery, well, I'm not saying it again because I already said. With the Quickshare. Here's the Tiamen EZ50 on Tiamen. Here's the Alcatel One Touch 308 on Tiamen. Vodafone. This one works. Vodafone. Here's two Nokia 1208s. This one here is on Tiamen, and this one's on Vodafone. They both work, but none of them have batteries. Sony Ericsson T20i, the battery, not saying again, like I said to the, yeah, the battery well bulged. Here's this Tiamen EZ10 on Tiamen. This one doesn't have a battery in it. Here's two Nokia's 100s, one unlocked and one on Vodafone. Here's an Alcatel One Touch, my Alcatel 1046G. This one works but doesn't have a battery in it. This one's on TCT Mobile. I put the battery from this one to here. Here's a Samsung E1070. This one is dead, but it works. This one's unlocked. Here's a Samsung E1120. I think this one's on Telecel. I think this one works. Also, no battery. Here's the two Nokia C101s. No carrier they are on. Here's a Nokia 2600 Classic. This one also works, but I don't know the carrier. Here's a Nokia 2330 Classic. That's on Tiamen. This one works. Here's a Nokia C200. This one's unlocked and it works. Here's a Comft 1.easy. This one works but doesn't have a battery in it. Here's the Zoom Q6. By the way, I got this one recently. This one doesn't have a battery in it, but it works. Here's a Weeco F100. Well, broken screen, but it works as well. Here's this Pano P4100. This one works, but doesn't have a battery. I'm surprised this phone has Facebook. Here's an Alcatel 3025X. This one doesn't have a battery, but it works. Here's still Samsung U12Y. They both work. This one doesn't have a battery in it because I put in this phone here. This other Samsung U12Y, except in black. I put the battery from this phone into here. By the way, I got these three together and none had batteries, so I put this battery from this one to here, and these two use the batteries, PL5C batteries from my Nokias. I also got this one, but on New Year's. This is a Nokia 210. This one's unlocked. This one here, I don't know the carrier. I think it's on TMN. Yeah. Moving on to those leather phones here. This here is my Philips Dega. This one doesn't work. Here's a Nokia 7110. This one works as well. I forgot what carrier it is on. Oh yeah, I also forgot to mention, the speakers are coming back to life kinda. Gave it a low battery, so I turned it off. Here's an Alcatel TE265 on TMN. Here's a Nokia N80 on Optimus. These three here work. Here's a Nokia 6280, this one's unlocked. This one doesn't have a battery, but it works fine. Here's a Sony Ericsson W205. This one's untested. I don't know carrier this one's on. There's this Nokia 2680 Slide on Optimus. This one works but doesn't have a battery in it. Here's a Nokia C205 on Vodafone. Also no battery in it. This is my LG Shine on TMN. This one's untested. Here's a Samsung Note Slider. This one is unlocked and it works. Moving on to QWERTY phones here, or keyboard phones, whatever you want to call them. This first here is this BlackBerry 8900 on Vodafone. This one works, but it is that it didn't got a charge recently, almost a year ago I think. Here's this Alcatel One Touch 255 on TCT Mobile. This one doesn't have a battery in it, but it works. I have two Huawei G6s, they both work. This one has battery in, but I ain't turning it on. These two are on TMN. And by the way, these three are also on TMN. This here is my Samsung Chat 222. This one's locked. And here's the Samsung Corby TXTs. They both work, but only this one here on the right has a battery in it. Moving on to flip phones here, first here is an Ericsson GF197. I don't know the carrier it is on, but it's untested. Here's a Naser G520. This one's untested. Also, don't know the carrier. By the way, these two are untested. Here's the Ericsson T10S. Here's my Ericsson T20E. Another iconic from the collection, just like the Siemens C65 and my first 24 devices. I don't know the carrier these three are on. Here's my Sony Ericsson V800 on Vodafone. This one's untested. Here's this Sharp GX29 on Vodafone. This one's untested. Here's the Samsung SGH X480. This one I don't care, but I'm guessing this is on TMN, so this one's untested. Here's this Motorola V50. This one's also untested. Don't know the carrier it is on. Don't have the battery for a charger. Here's two Motorola Razrs. They both work. They're both unlocked. Only this one here has a battery, but it is dead. This is a phone update for this one, but a month ago or two, I got this one to turn on again, the Motorola U6, and it works, but it is dead. Here's a Motorola V980 on Vodafone. Just looks like the LG VX 4400, but it isn't. This one's on Vodafone and this is untested. Here's the Motorola W375. This one is dead, but it works and it didn't get a charge in about almost year. Here's a Nokia 2760. This one, the battery doesn't work in it anymore, but it still works. These two are pretty iconic in my phone collection. Here's a Nokia 7070. Here's a Samsung SGH C270. This one works. Okay. Here's a Samsung E1150i. This one works but doesn't have a battery in it. Here's this Movie War C11. This one is on test. This one actually works but doesn't have a battery in it. By the way, this one I don't know the carrier. This one's possibly on Vodafone. This one's unlocked. This one is unlocked as well. Unlocked. No, this one's on TMN, and this one's unlocked. Here's an Alcatel. I forgot, but it works. This one's unlocked, and this is the 3025X. We've gone to the touchscreens, consoles, and tablets. I have 3 Nokia Express music phones. These two here are 5800. This is a 5530. All work, but the 5530 has a battery in it. Here's a Samsung Star. This one did work, except it's been starting to act up recently. Here's the ZTE Cine on Optimus. This one works, but doesn't have a battery in it. By the way, these two are on Vodafone. This one I don't know the carrier. This one's on TMN. This one's on Optimus. This is also an Optimus device. This is a ZTE Hello Kitty phone. I think the GX760. No battery because I threw it away. Here's a Sony Ericsson Yando. This one doesn't have a battery, but it works. I don't know the carrier. This is my i9 3G. This one's untested, and I don't know the carrier. This one runs MediaTek, because this is a Chinese phone. Here's an iPhone 4. This works, but I can't set it up. These two here are LGs. The Maximo L4, which is in a blue loop, and the Optimus L5, which works, but it is dead. Here's a Vodafone 875. It works fine. This is on Vodafone. This one's on Mail. Here's an Alcatel One Touch Pop C1. This one works. I don't know the carrier it is on. I also don't know the carrier of the iPhone. Here's an Nokia Lumia 610. It works. This is on Vodafone. Here's an Alcatel One Touch. This is an Alcatel Pixie 4. This one works but doesn't have a battery in it. Don't know the carrier. Here's a Samsung Galaxy FMDOS. This one I think I figured out the carrier. I think this is on Vivo. On Vivo, because Vivo, I think it's most Brazilian carrier I know for a phone. Here's a Samsung Galaxy Young 2. This one is bricked. Here's a Huawei Ascend G610. Well. Here's a Huawei Ascend Y530. I ain't turning on this one. I think I forgot to charge this one. This is on Mail. No carrier. This is a Vodafone device here. This is my Waco Sync line. A pretty iconic phone. And the first phone in my collection that works. Here's a Huawei P9 Lite Mini. This one actually works. And it doesn't red light of it. By the way, the N-Gage is my second working device, and the Nokia 6020 is my third working device. As the Waco Sync line and Nokia N-Gage being already tested after requirement, and the 6020 being the first phone tested. Here's this Waco you feel. This one's unlocked and works fine. Here's an LG Leon. This one works. Here, no carrier. Here's a Galaxy Core Plus by Samsung. This one works. This is on mail. These three, these three, I don't know the carrier. Here's a Bluetooth D1 and a Lake New York phone. They're both broken. Here's a Huawei P Lite 2017. This one is dead because of its battery being bad. Yeah. Thus, here I don't know the carrier. This is the LF phone. Didn't get a charge. Here's a Huawei Wi-Fi P. This used to be my main phone, but it still works. Here's my main phone here. This is a ZTE Blade L9. Here. Now moving on to consoles and tablets. Well, I have two PSP 1004s, and by the way, all these 7 work. Here's a Nokia N-Gage, non-Tiamin, no battery, and these 2 are dead. And the tablets here. Selecline tablet, KLF tablet, and 2 Starbity 3s. All work. These 2, I don't know what's wrong with them. By the way, let's unlock these devices here. I'm also turning off them all. So that's why I'm taking off the battery. By the way, I forgot to mention that I'm recording on the Huawei P30 Lite 2019. These 2 are gonna be kept on to Huawei Wi-Fi P and the ZTE Blade L9. So, hope you guys enjoyed this video and leave a like, comment, and subscribe.